You Can Do Both podcast. This is Court.
And this is Ashley. And we're coming at you live from Boston for our first September episode.
First fall episode. How excited are you?
We're drinking pumpkin Starbucks coffees this morning. I personally couldn't be more excited. Although I am just now realizing I'm wearing white after Labor Day. I also wore white to the office yesterday. So I guess I'm just a rebel this week.
You don't follow the rules. You make the rules.
Yeah.
But it has consistently been 50 degrees every morning this week that I've woken up.
It was quite chilly.
I'm wearing my first fall sweater in this moment.
And it looks so cute. Everybody looks so cute in a fall sweater.
I know. Well, before we get into today's episode, should we give a quick little catch up on what we did?
So we are coming off of Labor Day weekend, and we did a little YCDB extended weekend at the lake. Mm-hmm. Prior to that, I went to a wedding. So the wedding that I was in, one of my best friends growing up got married on Thursday. It was a beautiful venue down in Halifax, Mass. It's called the Lake House for anyone looking in the area. They just renovated the entire thing. It's on a lake. I felt like I was transported to like a Spain European venue. Everything is like light colored woods and stones, and it is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So that was fun. That was the first ever wedding I was in. I was so ungodly hungover on Friday. I was not okay. And we woke up and drove straight to Lake Winnipesaukee, where Court and Matt met us there. Courtney and Matt were already on the road ahead of us before we were even on the road.
And we had like the perfect 3 days of just chill.
Yeah.
Like I feel like most vacations and trips nowadays are so go, 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 go. Like you have a wedding, you have to see family, you have to see friends. Like there's a lot of drinking involved, whatever. And I feel like this trip was just, as it always is at the lake, just very balanced and just more recharging than it is draining at the end of it. I think everybody needs that. If you didn't experience that during Labor Day, figure out a way to kind of rest and recharge. I feel like every person I've talked to recently, like friends, like family, work people, it's like there's just a lot going on in everyone's lives, like high highs, low lows. And like I saw this thing on Instagram yesterday where it's like I just need to be somewhere where I can touch grass and just like be.
I've never felt more connected to a statement.
Yeah. And I feel like we need that, especially entering a new season.
I love it. Yeah, we played some volleyball. We were definitely out in nature. We were on the boat. We also got giant Uno.
Yep.
And if you've never played giant Uno, this is your sign to go to like your nearest Walmart or order it on Amazon. Why is it so much fun? Over the weekend we spent hours playing that.
Yep. I don't know. It's just so mindless, but also like there's strategy involved and you can like screw people over. It's just so fun, and it's so easy fun for anyone to jump in and pick it up. Like I love a simple game. Yeah,
it's so simple. It's so easy. I didn't even have the heart to leave it at the lake. I had to bring it with me back to Boston.
Yeah. I don't even remember playing Uno as a child, to be honest. Like I remember it always being there, but it would never be a game that I gravitated towards.
I agree.
But then Ashley and I were in New York City for the half marathon, and we went to Soho House, and they have a bunch of games to pick from. So we played that for hours on the roof, and I haven't stopped thinking about it since. So I'm so happy we now have one in our possession.
I know. Me too. Me too.
So good. And then this week I'm off to some work travel. I'm off to Miami for a founder retreat. So I won't be seeing you, talking to you, or you won't be hearing from me for the next week or so.
Fair enough.
And then I'll be back to enjoy all of the amazing Boston fall activities.
Love it.
Yeah. We have some exciting news.
We have some really exciting news, guys. Long time coming.
You Can Do Both's first community event of 2024.
Yes.
We have partnered with Glowbar. If anyone's unfamiliar, let us give you the tea. Glowbar is a facial treatment studio. I first heard of it through my friend in New York City because it's such like an accessible price point. It's $60 if you're a member and you get a free 30-minute facial. It's not necessarily spa treatments, but it's like targeted treatments that help with different skin problems that you might be having. And I've just heard all of the best things. So Boston's finally getting some of the Glow Bar love, and we've partnered with Glow Bar on Newbury Street to help really promote the launch and the amazing opening and release that it's in Boston.
Yes, so in true You Can Do Both fashion, our community event will be held on Thursday, post-work, September 26th. We're going to do it from 6 to 8-ish, and we are envisioning a hot girl walk, maybe along the Esplanade, somewhere. There'll be a starting point in Boston. We'll have a big group of us. We'll make our way to the Glow Bar location on Newbury Street. And then at their location, everyone will get a gift bag. We'll do some drinks. We'll do some appetizers. And we'll just chit chat and hang out.
So fun.
I'm actually so excited. So please, please, please mark your calendars now. We would love to see you there. Tell your friends, tell your sisters, tell your moms, tell everybody you know, tell your coworkers.
Yep.
We want a fun girl group there to just hang out and chat and hopefully enjoy some nice fall weather.
Yes. So we'll have an RSVP link, details to come as it gets closer. Definitely stay tuned on Instagram. But we might have some surprises, maybe some gift cards, maybe some free or discounted facial treatments. So definitely stay tuned, and we hope to see you there.
Yeah.
Woo!
So with that being said, I think we can go ahead and dive on into my favorite topic in the world, which is talking all things fall. Boston is very New England. We're right in the center of it all. There's a lot to do. And I think sometimes people are like, oh yeah, I want to go apple picking. I want to go pumpkin picking. And then before it's all over, they don't even do those things. And there's also so much more to offer than just the basics. So we were sitting at the lake, enjoying our transition into fall, and we just brain dumped a bunch of fun things that us personally, we are looking forward to this fall season. Almost like a bucket list in a way, but also a moment of gratitude for saying goodbye to summer. Because I know there's a lot of people, summer is their favorite season, and sometimes fall can be daunting because for a lot of people it will introduce seasonal affective disorder, I think is what it is. Yeah. So I know the weather gets colder and it's sad, but there's still like a lot to look forward to. So as fall's number one fan and her sidekick here, we are going to get through this together, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yay. Okay, first on the list, I'd probably say Ash and I are equally as passionate. Maybe she'd fight me for that number one title, is soup season.
Oh, I'm fighting you for that number one title for sure.
I will say you introduced me to soup because, like, outside of classic, I don't know, Italian wedding soup or something, just because I grew up in Florida, like that wasn't a staple in my household.
Yeah.
But in college, you introduced me to the Greek lemon chicken soup, and since then I've been obsessed with all soups.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's so many different directions you can go. Also,
anything can be made into a soup.
Anything. There's buffalo chicken soup that you can make.
Oh my God, I'm literally getting excited thinking about it.
I have an awesome, it's like a vegetarian chili. It's quinoa, sweet potato, jalapeno, like super hearty. I also occasionally throw meat in there. It is truly one of my favorite things to make in the fall. We'll definitely have to link the recipe. But this also is a great entryway into football season. I feel like, imagine this. Sunday morning, you wake up. You either make yourself a pumpkin cocktail. I almost said.
Hey. No. Hey, I'm interested.
You make yourself a little pumpkin coffee. You huddle up on the couch. Maybe you take a little walk with your coffee. Then you come back. You have nothing planned for your day, but football starts at noon, whether you want it to or not. You go to the grocery store. You make all of your things. What's nice about soup is that it like cooks pretty much itself. All you have to do is chop. It warms the entire apartment. The entire apartment is smelling so good. And then you cut up on the couch. Maybe you invite some besties over and you all indulge in some fall soup.
I love that.
As football is the background noise.
Perfect. our next one is going to bring out your inner child. We have already on the calendar. I texted the group chat like a month ago and I said, team, hop in. We're taking a field trip to, drum roll please, Six Flags. I'm so excited. We are going to do the amusement park there. I think it will be closer to Halloween as well. So my guess is they'll have the spooky people and we'll be chased around the amusement park.
Yeah.
But we're going to do a day trip to Six Flags, bundle up in a hoodie as if it's like a fall fair, which also I don't think is on our lists. But if you grew up in New England, the fairs up here are so fun. I always go with my family when we're at the lake one weekend. But I digress. I don't know the last time I went to an amusement park, and I love roller coasters. I grew up going to them all over with cheer. Every time we traveled, it was usually somewhere close to an amusement park. So I'm really excited. And to bring out your inner child, I would highly recommend get it on the calendar now so all of your friends can go together. But what a fun little day.
I'm so excited. And I've never been to Six Flags at all. I feel like the only amusement park I've been to around here, which was many years ago, it was like Canopy Lake Park.
Yeah. Honestly, I can't remember if I've been to Six Flags. My mom says I must have, but I don't remember it.
Yeah. No, so I am very excited. And then, you know what that just made me think of? So we went to this like scare fest. Was it at Canopy Lake? It was somewhere in Connecticut.
Somewhere in Connecticut, yeah.
We went to this scare fest in college. One thing about me is I'm a screamer.
I literally, as soon as you just said that, I have a memory of I could replay it in my mind right now, of you just sprinting and screaming. Crazy.
Because I'm like very squeamish. I cannot put on, like, if a commercial for a horror movie comes on, I can't sleep. I'm like that affected by it.
Court said, let's remember, she said Jack Reacher, that show, was scary.
Yeah, it's so bad. I don't know why. Anyway, my friends would tell the freaking chainsaw people to go, because they obviously pick on the people that are clearly so frightened by them. And they would like all gang up on me and I'd be chased by like multiple people with chainsaws, like my worst nightmare. But anyway, that is making me think of, I guess, like horror, haunted houses, etc. That's I guess fun for some people this time of year. Yeah. But corn mazes, I've never been to a corn maze. It actually sounds frightful. But like people walk through corn mazes, or is it a scary thing where like you get chased around a corn maze?
It can be scary. I've never been to a scary one. It's just a corn maze.
Oh, okay. Well, that's something like a pumpkin patch or like an
I love a
apple
corn
orchard,
maze though. Like I would love
been.
to. I would also love to go to that. So if you haven't been, we should do a little date. They have one up by the lake as well. They're hard to get out, so it can be like a little bit boring. But if you have your apple cider and you just got some donuts and you're like, all right, guys. You have to make sure you don't go close to sunset, though, because it kind of does bring a very spooky energy.
Oh, God.
I don't know. I love all of these haunted walks and things like that, but I cannot help but think about one of these scary people dressed up, accidentally snuck in, and they're cuckoo, and they're actually going to stab you or cut you with a chainsaw.
Yeah, that's my worst fear. Like, how do you know that they're a paid actor?
You don't, I mean, also, they must have some security around it.
Who are these people?
I don't know.
Who are these people?
Theater kids.
Yeah.
No hate, no shade. I wish I was a theater kid.
Yes. Who are these people? Imagine if I was like, yeah, Denise was a kid was a person that chased kids around in like a costume. Like, these are real people.
Yeah.
This is just a job.
I don't have a good answer for you.
Wait, did you ever watch Ellen as a kid? Did you ever see her? She would take celebrities to these haunted houses and film their reactions to them. Oh my God. I could watch those for hours. She would task one of her producers, Andy, with going and walking through the house with different guests she'd have on the show. And it was so fucking funny.
Wait, is that the one that they did with Kim?
Who?
Kim Kardashian?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay, I've seen that.
Yes, but she has hundreds from like 20 years of doing it with all of like everyone's favorite people. So
that's so funny.
It's really funny. Anyway, we digress.
A little fitness update here. So something we are looking forward to is I'm running another half marathon. Now,
Casual.
I'm not as excited about this one because I have not been training. I can't get myself to run. The only reason I'm doing it is because Joe is also running a half marathon and he's never run one. So I was very excited to do this with him and I thought it would be fun. I've always wanted to be a running couple. I truly manifested this. If you told Joe that he would be running a half marathon 2 years ago, he would laugh in your face. Mm-hmm. Honestly, 6 months ago, he would laugh in your face. So I don't know how we got here, but we did, and I have to be supportive. So as of right now, I'm running a half marathon, and it's in Nantucket. Courtney, of course, my number one cheerleader, will be there. And we have actually a big group of us. I think there's 8 or so of us. Mm-hmm. We rented an Airbnb. We're going to spend the weekend in Nantucket. And I'm actually super excited for this.
Me too. Regardless of half marathons, like I clearly am not partaking in this, fall is a great time to just think of a new fitness goal or just get more clarity around your goals, because summer is such a time where life's moving a bit too fast and you might not have been working towards anything.
Yeah.
Or maybe things that just kind of fell off your priority list. But this is an opportunity to be like, what do I want to do? How do I want to keep myself in check and explore different workout classes or whatever now that you're going to have a bit less of a chaotic schedule. So excited for that. Excited for just more of a routine now that we're entering fall. Next on the list is fall fashion. What are we looking forward to wearing this upcoming season?
So it's so exciting, fall fashion, but I can't lie, it also stresses me out a little bit because I look at my closet and I'm like, I need something new, but what? What will it be?
What?
And that's the question. I did just order a new pair of fall boots. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited for those to come in. I hope they fit. I'm going to reshuffle the ones I have. And I think we actually talked about the boots in our YCDB capsule collection last episode. So I'm excited for the boots. I'm most excited for the coats.
Yep.
I mean, oh my God, like a little trench coat, my little cranberry one that I always wear. Coats can really make an outfit.
Yeah.
And it's so easy. You throw on a t-shirt, jeans, and boots, and then a coat.
Yeah.
You look so chic and beautiful and stunning and perfect and smart.
Yep. I love the layering aspect of fall. It's like you can have a normal fit underneath it, but then you have something, a cute accessory to make it fall feeling, ensure that you're staying a little warm. But then when you go inside, you can kind of strip it away and still be comfortable. I'm bringing back the Uggs. You're wearing them right now. I can't wait to live in mine. I just finally ordered like a pair of Sambas in a fall shade that I'm excited to wear because all I have is like chunky dad sneakers. And then, yeah, coats are absolutely everything. I'm with you. I can't wait to rejigger my closet and like get right now pretty much all of my seasonal cold weather wardrobe is in my storage unit. So I'm going to have to swap them out in the coming weeks. And I'm excited to go through another round of like donations and then figure out what I can get something a little new for this season.
I love that. You know what I think we need to bring back? Poshmark.
Yep.
And selling clothing. Because I feel like we've done our donation piles. Like right behind you, there are 2 huge garbage bags of clothes to donate. I feel like at this point, everything in my closet is quite nice, fairly new-ish, not old and ratty. But I've just gotten my use out of it personally. But it's still young enough and it has so much youth in it to be given another life.
Yep.
And if we get ahead of it now, like as we see things like, oh, I could get rid of that, let me post it. I think that could be a good routine to get into.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to be like I still have some of my favorite pieces ever, staples in my closet that I got on Poshmark, including, but not limited to, my white cowgirl boots.
Oh, crazy.
Poshmark.
That's a crazy find.
I know.
You have a method to your madness, though. You found certain people with similar body types as you on Poshmark that you follow. And then, like, you find amazing pieces because you know you've ordered and you love their stuff in the past.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good tactic. Yeah, I've also heard like Depop's been everywhere. All the influencers are promoting
Yeah, I've
Depop.
never been
I'm
on
like,
Depop. Maybe I need to do that. I'm kind of like an old man when it comes to, I have my one app. I know how it works.
yep,
I'm familiar with it. I don't want to relearn everything.
Yep. I'm not quite sure what we were thinking about here. But we have weddings and childbirth as an item on our fall bucket list. Weddings and childbirth.
I fear
Ashley and I were in a dark place as we were writing this.
this was just maybe that's why I'm in such a funk still, because there are two people at the lake that both just had babies, and these are the first true lake babies of this next generation. And I heard the birth story of one of them, and I'm a little bit traumatized. And not that it was anything terrible or bad, but she just confirmed like all my biggest fears. Like,
Yep.
oh yeah, it really hurts.
Yep.
It's super painful, super uncomfortable,
Super long.
Not the vibe.
Yeah.
Like 30 hours of labor.
Yep.
No, thank you.
However, everyone goes through it, and everyone does it time and time again. So you will be just fine when it's your time.
Yeah, I just keep thinking about that. And then we had a whole hours, I think this conversation lasted.
We were the whole time we were at that bar. That's all we talked about. Guys, just
what is the timeline going to be so that Courtney and I can be synced on at least one pregnancy? Yeah.
And that's one secret we will never tell.
And that's one secret we will never tell. Exactly. So that's really all. I don't think it was worth sharing necessarily, but just know it was on our minds.
Yeah. For the bit.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I needed that little chuckle this morning. Okay. Another thing that was inspired from this weekend was trips with the girls, but not trips with the girls for party time, bachelorette. Like, I don't think I've ever done just a trip with a girlfriend or a group of close girlfriends that was more wholesome than it was for a big occasion or a celebration. And I think we need more of that.
Yeah, I do think you and I are unique girlies in the sense that most girls, when they plan a girls' trip, want to go crazy and party and have fun and go out. Courtney and I are like, okay, so how do we plan a girls' wellness retreat with all of our friends? Like, no drinking, lots of wellness, maybe some yoga. We're like, how are we going to pitch this one?
Preferably
dry January.
Yeah, preferably no technology. Like, just put me on a beach or in the woods or something where I can just be.
Yeah, I love it.
So yeah, start planning your trips. We were saying that January makes sense for dry January. We're also going to want to escape the colds by that point. So start planting the seeds in all of your friend group chats and figure out where you want to go, what you want to do, and with who.
I love it. I also think fall is such a perfect time to pick back up the book clubs, and more specifically the cookbook club, which I've never participated in, but I'm so into that, and I would love to do that with you and whoever else is interested. For those that don't know, I'm sure you've seen it on the internet, but I'm pretty sure how it works is you get a cookbook and everybody picks a recipe from that same book. Now, does it need to be? I don't really know if I care that it needs to all be from the same book.
Well, no, that's the point.
But like, for why?
I don't know. They probably all have the same theme, or they're honoring the same chef or something.
Okay. All right, never mind. I take it back. That's fine. I'm just like, it has to be like online, or maybe one person has the book and then we all get together to go through the book. Seems like a lot of work. Anyways, I just want to cook with all my friends.
Yeah.
And try new recipes.
And then it's like, it's a potluck where everybody just brings the
items, yeah.
As opposed to like, you can't all cook in the kitchen at the same time.
We could. We would make it like that, though.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Okay. So maybe what you do is you create a menu, one person, whoever the host is, based on a cookbook so you can put it up at the dinner party. And then you have everybody come over and everybody has their chopping board and you all can cook together. That actually sounds like more fun.
Yeah, I agree, as opposed to just a potluck vibe.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, nobody likes a potluck.
Yeah.
Overdone. Anyways, yeah, so that, and then also a fall book. I do think a Halloween book club, you could do a thriller, you could do a scary book.
Mm-hmm. Love. Should we address the coffee orders and the seasonal drinks?
Yes.
We have the traditional pumpkin beer with a cinnamon sugar rim on top to look forward to. We have hot apple cider to look forward to. My my iced espresso with oat milk and pumpkin syrup from Starbucks. What is your Starbucks order?
Triple espresso, almond milk, and then the pumpkin cream cold foam.
Yum.
Delicious. I've been ordering it since they offered it at, I'm pretty sure, the beginning of August.
Yep. Wait, do you remember when we made those pumpkin espresso martinis for that episode?
Oh my God, I do. The pumpkin chunk.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do.
I think I want to try making my own pumpkin syrup for my own like at-home lattes. So I think that'll be a fun little test one of these weekends. And if I find a good recipe and I like the way it turns out, I'll post it.
Funny you should say that. I purchased blueberries and I want to make my blueberry syrup because I've been really into that recently. So I have all the ingredients. I want to make it for my morning coffee.
Should you tell them about your Blank Street debacle?
Oh my God, guys. I saw on TikTok somebody so they have like this blueberry matcha drink that they had this summer. And this girl went and got a blueberry iced latte. And immediately, every time I go to Dunks, I get a blueberry iced coffee and it's terrible. But I get it every time, hoping it's going to be better. And it's always the same. Something about blueberry really speaks to me. I'm just super into it. Whatever. I'm like, after Pilates, I'm driving over. I drive over to the first Blank Street and I'm like, yes, this is exactly what I need today. I go in, I'm like, hi, can I have a iced latte with the blueberry syrup? They were like, oh, we're out of it. Can we get you something else? Like, we have these other syrups. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to your other location. She was like, yeah, I'm sure they'll have it. I leave. I drive all the way over to the other side of town, to the other Blank Street. I'm like, okay, this is a lot, but like, look how much effort I'm putting in to make myself happy. You know, a little self-care moment. I go in, I'm like, hi, by chance, do you guys have the blueberry syrup? No, we're out. Like,
Devastated.
it ruined my whole day.
Devastated.
Honestly. I texted Courtney immediately. I'm like, I just went to multiple locations and they didn't have it. And I think they don't have it because it was a summer drink.
Yeah.
So I totally missed out. So ever since then, I've been hyper fixated on a blueberry iced latte. And everywhere I go doesn't offer it, or they don't offer it correctly. So I was telling Court I want to make my own blueberry syrup. And maybe it'll turn out well.
Yeah. And if you're living in Boston and you know of somewhere that has a yummy blueberry iced latte, please let her know.
Please let me know. I would owe you my life. One thing we forgot to mention when we were talking about the half marathon and our new workout teams, and then what we were talking about this weekend. As we were talking about the half marathon and the training for it, the question was asked, would you want to marry into a turkey trot family or not? So, Courtney, I will ask you, do you want to marry into a turkey trot family?
I've never participated in turkey trot in my entire life. Have you?
I have.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a turkey trot or not.
So I need some clarification.
Yes.
Are we dressing up like a turkey?
Some people will. It's usually the day of Thanksgiving, the morning of Thanksgiving, and you do a 5K, and then you go and you have Thanksgiving with your family.
Personally, that's a lot for me, but I love the idea of some movement before you sit down and you eat all day long.
I was really conflicted with what your answer was going to be, because you are so you're a huge advocate for movement and move your body, especially before a big meal, like all of those things. But you are not a fan of running.
No.
So it really could go either way.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not marrying into one, but if I was, I wouldn't
also
care.
feel like Matt would so be a turkey trotter.
The time will tell.
Wait, I feel like you actually will be, and it's gonna be like your least favorite thing about the Thanksgiving holiday.
My Thanksgiving should always start with cinnamon buns on the couch, watching the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. I think.
Oh my God, guys, doesn't that sound so good? Like fall is so good.
Honestly, I'm gonna solidify my answer. I had to think about it. I had to share my thoughts. No, I don't want to do a turkey trot. I want the most movement I want on Thanksgiving Day, especially because most people like have a night before Thanksgiving. Like maybe we're growing out of that soon.
I think we're growing out of that.
But still, like we're with friends or with family. I want to wake up, and the most movement I want in my day is walking from my bed to the couch, to the kitchen, to get my cinnamon rolls, back to the couch.
I respect that.
What about you?
What do you think?
You want to do it.
Yeah.
You want to be a turkey trot family.
Of course. I will be a turkey trot family now that Joe is a runner.
Yep.
He has no excuse. Kim would have done it with me last year. We were talking about it. Actually, I think Kim might have done it last year. Anyways, one of the Thanksgivings, her and Dan did do a little turkey trot just on their own too. It's not like they actually have a nearby turkey trot. They just did a 5K. But last Thanksgiving, we said we were going to do it. And now that we are runners, we will be doing the turkey trot from here on out.
I ran my first 3 miles like a couple weeks ago.
Amazing.
Like ever.
Wow. How did it feel?
It was painful for sure. Like it's quite embarrassing. I also just need better shoes. Like I feel like certain things like hurt in my body that shouldn't. And I think it's because of my probably my form and then my lack of equipment. It feels so good afterwards, but I've noticed a pattern. At every 0.7 mile, no matter how far I'm running, like I just simply I need a break.
You're going too fast.
No, it's really embarrassing. I'm going.
No, it's not embarrassing though, because if you're it seems like you're running consistently.
Like once a week, twice a week, maybe.
Okay, so you have to start really slow to get your body used to it so you don't injure yourself and so you're not super out of breath. You should be you should be able to fully have a conversation when you're running.
I fear.
And then over time, your body will just naturally go faster.
We'll see. My pace is very slow. Matt and I have been running together. He's been running at my pace, and the last time we ran, he was like, "Do you want to see what my actual pace is?" And I was like,
I hate
sure.
boys.
The man was literally light years ahead of me, and I was like, no fucking way.
Yeah. You also have to remember they have longer legs.
They do. I got no legs.
I would love to see you and Joe run next to each other. Joe's legs are so long. He's sprinting every single time.
Yep.
But anyways, I guess with 3 miles, you could kind of go at like whatever pace you want. But if you ever want to do more than that and you want to work up to it, I would really recommend going slower just so you can feel really good about it and build your like tolerance to it.
Yeah, totally.
I say that, guys. I haven't run since I ran 4 miles with Joe like a week and a half ago. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I really got to get my shit together.
Well, you're being like Jared and how he did that Boston Marathon once, so then he didn't train for the half marathon. He was like, all right, whatever, I'll just show up.
Exactly. That is how
you proved that you could do it.
Yeah, but it's not good because I want to feel good when I run it, and as of right now, I will not feel good.
That's okay. You got time. You got a month.
Yeah. Anyway, so let us know if you guys are a turkey trot family, if you want to be, if you were in one and now you would never want one, vice versa. Give us the tea.
That wraps up our all things fall episode. I hope you guys are just as excited as we are. If not, I hope this episode got you just as excited. And we love you. Appreciate for listening. And we'll chat soon.
Talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye.